All right. Okay, so we tell him about the data. Let's fly with him. All right. Flying to after repairification. See what happens. All right, we're going good. We're going good. Swerving around. Wait, he's going different. Going differently this time. Gods! Dang it! My hands are clenched to my seat as the plane rushes towards the canopy. Hitting trees means a chance of surviving, which means an even greater chance of dying in excruciating pain instead of the clean death of our previous crash. I close my eyes and lose my cool. I start screaming. Something, branches I suppose, slap me in the face as we crash into the forest. I keep screaming. Then I'm slapped again. And again. Wake up, young lady! I stop screaming and open my eyes. My hands are clenched to my small steel chair in the octopus, and Simone's hand is in the air, ready to slap me again. You fly? Yeah, we went onto a flight. So people can't fly on Neoproxima. Something about the Colossus tech keeps like planes and such from working for some reason. And there's a guy who thinks he knows why. And we found the first crash site where there's like a loose bolt or something, or that made something come off and then he crashed. We told him about that. And so then we went with another flight with him, and we went a completely different route and crashed in a different place. So I need to figure out what's going on with that. Engine, I don't know what kind of nightmare you had. I never witnessed anything like this. He leaves me here, my face burning from the repeated slapping, with a giggling Chen in front of me. Let's get some food. I had to insist for several long minutes before Chen agreed to eat anything, but she did eventually. I get up and walk towards the kitchen, where Simone is putting bread dough in her ovens. The massive coffee machine is perfectly clean. Her coffee will be the first thing she makes this morning. Eat anything, dear? Yes, 2 cafes, 1 baguette, and some beer. Go back to your table. You still need to rest. I nod and turn back as she grabs a steaming hot baguette without any gloves and starts cutting it on a wooden cutting board. Only a few minutes later, I'm dunking my buttered toast in my coffee. The nausea surrenders to my appetite, and I feel better after every bite. Jen is not that lucky. She left most of her bread, but she drank some of the coffee at least. I need to remember that I'm experiencing twice as much as she is. I'm getting used to this faster. Okay. Trade with Simone. We're gonna need a quantum compass. And another quantum compass, actually. I'm gonna try and hit both of them. So strong arm. How's it going? Let him know that so he doesn't crash the first time. See you later. Leave. Okay. So let's go up here to the harbor. Grab the broth. Which I think is still a net gain. That's 2 willpower, 3 willpower. It would have been smarter if I didn't do this. Oh well. Down here, something to eat. Eat the broth. Leave. Leave. Because we need to come up here when it's nighttime. But I should have gone south first. For him to crash. I wonder what happens if I park my car right where he crashes. Oh, oh. There he goes. Crash site. Strong arm jet is stuck in the trees above our head. Black box should be inside. It's hard climb to get up. Oh, I need a rope? Gosh dang it. Look for our friend. We find the pilot seat dangling from the parachutes not far from the crash site. No traces of strong arm, but bloodstains and splatters on the forest ground indicate a fight. Lapis. Jen is probably right. Lapis can easily navigate quantum forests. You won't find him. Strong arm's jet stuck in the trees above our head. Climb up for it. Might as well try. What's the worst that could happen? I could fall. Trees on Neoproxima are tall. And falling from a tall tree hurts. Ow! Alright. That. Well, I've completely borked this. Yeah, we're just gonna reset. Okay. Okay. Get some food. Give Duncan some news about Chenda while eating. Passing by her message before talking about our plan for the next day. Alright, so we'll need... Compass. Compass. We can trade our computer bit for a rope temporarily. Strong arm. About the plane crashing. Cool beans. See you later. Is this an extra dimensional cafe? No. We got some alien tech thing, a key on our arm. And ever since then, we're like, time looping-ish? Uh-oh. I used my thing too early. Is he not crashing? I used my compass way too freaking early. This sucks. Oh well. I'm a fool! Okay, crash site. Get to the black box. Use the rope. Secured by the rope, the climb is much easier. Managed to get inside the small plane. Oh, and we lose the rope. Fuck. Plug my terminal into the black box and get strong arms logs. Seems like the plane held better this time until the engine stalled due to the lack of oxygen in strong arms' experimental cold engines. Changing the fuel formula slightly should solve this issue. I already got a black box data from this crash. You need to give the information to Strong Arm next loop before he tries flying again. Okay, that's kind of a dick move. Basically instantly killing you. I'm so grateful to see Paul swimming up in its big aquarium as I wake up. Duncan and I spent hours trying to get out of the quantum woods before we concluded that I should just fall asleep. The experience was not traumatic, but that was a big and frustrating waste of our time. Paul is the octopus in this cafe, who's allegedly been enhanced by alien tech. Technology enhanced octopus, supposedly smarter than a common one. There's like an aquarium in the middle of it. Let's get eat. Eventually I'll save Ivan, but not yet. It's the FTL tech that gave me the idea. Jen is playing with her food, pushing beans around to form some kind of spacecraft, despite my insistence that she eat something. What else is in the aquarium? It's just Paul. He's just sort of an attraction in this cafe. We were bolder this time, ordering eggs, beans, a croissant, some butter. Simone told me her pastries are prepared on Earth due to the absence of wheat on Neoproxima, and sent frozen, parachuted next to Kairos. The amount of effort, time, and energy put into the simple pleasure of eating a pastry on Neoproxima amazes me as much as it puzzles me. When will we consider that it's just not worth it? Is it truly necessary to transport pain au chocolat in deep space? Jen takes me out of the pastry-induced trance. Faster than light travel used to be science fiction, but the UFOs changed all that. We don't exactly know how the engines work, but we know they'd modify space and time around them when powered up. They produce what we call exotic matter, a pretty unique energy signature. And this, she points to our sunny side up egg, supposedly representing the sarcophagus, has the same signature. I try to put the pieces together while taking another bite out of my croissant au beurre, but my mind is still impeded by booze. She sees my struggle and concludes, "This means that the sarcophagus is like a giant FTL drive, a drive that goes in reverse." So this... I show her the key. Is... what? Key to the ignition? She shakes her head. Honestly, I don't know. It seems to protect our memory from the time jump, but I can't tell you why. So, are we on a spaceship that goes back in time? Basically, yes. I'm not sure where the drive reach is, but considering the readings we saw at Lustau's, it's building up enough juice to send the whole planet back. Maybe more. We let that sink in for a moment. She blows on her subpar tea before taking a sip. Why would the Colossus build a time machine at this scale? Did something go wrong? Is that why they left? Did they really leave? We finish eating and prepare to leave with a lighter heart. At least we know that what we are up against. An engine. An engine? We can disable. Once we get inside the sarcophagus. Going back in time to the first Thanksgiving! Get those turkeys off the menu. Shoot Columbus on sight. Okay. Compass for the north. Sandwich. Hell, strong arm. Wait, is Paul the tentacles in the tank on the cage background? No. No, because he's in an aquarium in the center. That's just like a panel, like stylized. Because like the place is called the Octopus's Brassiere. We're gonna make the guy who developed the .gif format record how to pronounce it. Look, it's graphics interchange format, so I posit it has to be pronounced GIF. It's not Jaffics interchange format. Okay, here's some information. I go over the bolt shenanigans and add a note about his fuel. You know that Listow worked on something similar. You kidding? That old snake? I give him my insider info. He seems to buy it. You give him the data. Now it's time to check if his theories are valid. You try flying with him, or wait to see if the test flight goes fine. If it doesn't, well, better not be in the plane. We want to find out. When do you fly? Leaving at noon. Want to be part of this breakthrough? Be sure to come before that. Once I'm up there, I ain't turning back to get you. Okay. Yif. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so... He's flying. He's flying. Going around. Okay. Okay. Is he crashing? I feel like he crashed. Oh well. Worry about that another time. What animal life is on this border world? Is it like Zen? Well, there's lappies, which are vicious creatures. The marine animals are sea monsters that eat fishermen very often. Generally, it's fairly hostile. Also, the aliens that were here, the Colossus, get their name because they're giant. So, like, everything's megafauna here. Like, everything is huge. And even the plants will kill people. So, you know, very difficult. Let's get some broth. Leave. Leave. Okay. Not great, not terrible. Got it. Okay, we need to wait. Now it is nighttime. Go to the monument. Wait. Text is different. We struggle with the tall cyan grass for a while, as high as our hips, before getting into the woods themselves. The planet's 4 moons are misleading. They're so small that their pale light won't help us much in the thicket. What's this noise? Do you hear that? Jen struggles with the last grass. Some got caught in her jumpsuit before reaching me. Maybe it's the wind? She pauses, her eyes widening. Okay, no, that's definitely not the wind. Murmurs are coming from the woods, barely audible, but clearly made with someone or something with vocal cords. Nature sounds are always scary at night, right? Could be anything. Yep. Anything. You think that's what Lustau meant by not coming at night? Of course it is. There's something about losing people, right? Losing how? I don't like this. I should have brought a flashlight. I see. Oh, we got lost. Getting into the thicket without a torch was a mistake. Even with the quantum compass, the darkness makes our progression difficult. We scramble through the wood for several hours, yet the night sky does not change. Come on, I'm sure we can find a way out. Am I gonna die in the quantum forest again? Yeah. It's been a long while. I just know that Vortigons live on Zen. I didn't play a lot of Half-Life 1. Mostly played Half-Life 2 and up. The compass stopped working, and the woods started shifting again. We have no idea where we are now, and panic is slowly gaining on us. This is getting bad! Why did my tracking just suddenly make me dab? Oh, great. Our odds went down. Survey says we're fucked. I don't know how this happened, but we got separated. I scream and hear my friend answering in the distance, but the direction is always shifting. I'm exhausted. No point in going on. Get my back on the trunk, thankful to still feel it behind me as I sit. I close my eyes. All right, I need to bring a flashlight and a compass. Noted. Getting out of my chair is becoming harder. Giving up won't help. You know what? Let's save Ivan, because we're probably going to crash on the plane again. We storm out of the bar and rush to his car. A few meters are enough to make me pant and sweat. I can barely stand when I reach the vehicle. Hello, Farah. Nice to meet. Fuck, he's Russian. He's Russian, not French, Dreki. How do I do a bad Russian? I feel like I'm just gonna slide right into French. Bad French. Other than any kind of Russian accent. How do I do this? How do I do this? I'm trying to think of like how I could put my mindset in. You may be able to outrun me, but you can't outrun the bullets. I feel like my mistake is I think my bad French and my bad Russian are too close to each other. I need to find a way to differentiate. Just say in Mother Russia to start Russia. In Mother Russia. Hello, Farah. Nice to meet you. Dark hair, dark eyes. Ivan is an impressive man. Not by stature. He's barely higher than me and less impressive than Duncan. But due to a natural charisma. The man always looks perfectly happy to be where he is. Born in East Berlin, he never complains about his past. He mourns his friends with grace. And takes defeat admirably. Never loses his temper. And he won't hesitate an instant to eliminate his competition. He just does it with impeccable, gentlemanly manners. I can't stand him, however charming his smile can be. Your car's gonna explode, by the way. Ivan, listen to me. You can't use your truck. Something's wrong with your booster. VTuber Studio, stop it. Stop making me dab for no reason. Maybe it's the angle of the camera. Reset the tracking. He opens the driver's door and smiles at me. His 3 partners already installed in the truck. Thank you for blowing about us. Really, we checked. Yes, we checked it recently. I'm sure it's really fine. The imbecile. It's not fine. You're gonna blow yourselves up and take the whole street with you. He looks perplexed for an instant, before the blonde woman in the passenger seat tells him something in Russian. I'm sorry, Farah. We need to go. On that, he elegantly takes his place and turns the ignition before I can say another word. Fuck! Oh, we were next to the car! Ah! Okay. No! I shout before even opening my eyes, reaching with my arms to stop Ivan from blowing us up. All I managed to do is throw several glasses onto the floor and startle Chen. Whoa, that looked intense. Are you okay? Ivan, I told him not to start his engine, the fool! It hurt? No! He did not believe me. Frickin' moron. Good. Need to try another approach, I guess. Find the right words. Right words. Right words or he blows us both up. I need some coffee. Nah, we got stuff to do. We're gonna let Ivan besplody. Trade with Simone. Quantum compass and a flashlight this time. We'll leave strong arm because we're just gonna deal with this monument up here real quick. So let's go. We'll eat some broth to make sure we have enough energy. Wait tonight. Go to the monument. Enter the harbor. Grab something to eat. Oh, delicious, delicious food. Okay, we're at nighttime. Go to the monument. Use our torch and compass. The whispers intensify as we advance slowly. The compass are preventing our surroundings from switching. Not too much, at least. You try to see what the creatures look like, and I somehow keep getting Roblox game or Transformers instead of actual results. We haven't seen any of the creatures like as a picture. We've just had them talked about in text so far. So I don't know. There's, from some of the things I've seen, it's implied that we will probably run into creatures, but I don't know if it's going to be a text event. There's not a ton of art on this game. It's a fairly small game. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure several hours pass, yet the night sky does not change. Each step feels heavier, the whispers growing more insistent. Just the wind, Farah. Just the wind. But deep down, I know I'm fooling myself. Or at least trying. The air is too still, not a leaf moving. And there is something off with these sounds. They're not connected to the environment around us in a logical manner. They don't respect the laws of physics or quantum physics. It's like the trees are talking. Her voice is tense, barely above a whisper. Getting into my head. Jenda's voice quivers. I want to tell her she's imagining things, and I see that she has her headphones on. They don't make a difference. Those are not sounds. It's in our heads. I put my hands on my ears. He's right. Voices continue to talk at the same level. It's just a Colossus trick. They're telling me to leave, Farah. You're gonna hurt us if we continue. What the hell is she talking about? Them? Ooh, Chen, there's nobody here. Them. She points something in the dark. Something that disappears in an instant. Shit. Chen is properly frightened. My nerves won't hold much longer. We need to move. Great. What is happening? Load second revolver. Can I get any success? Nope. Murmurs get more insistent. I can distinguish the words now, like 1,000 people whispering into my ears. My nerves break. Paranoia settles in. I turn my head around, trying to find the source of the voices, even though they seem to come from within me. The planet's double haunted. Out of the corner of my eye, I see them. Spiders. Something like them, scuttling across the tree bark. They're too big, too alien. They have too many legs. Their many eyes glitter malevolently in the dark. Spiders talk to me. They'll catch me, they say. They'll devour me, they say. I've always been scared of spiders. Even the smallest ones. Crawling in my bathtub. Appearing while I'm on the toilets. Oh, bastards love to hear me scream. And there are thousands of them. I try to look away. It only gets worse. The ground teems with insects. A seething carpet of legs and antennae. It isn't real, I mutter. I can almost feel them skittering over my boots. They're everywhere. I turn my head. The trees themselves seem to move, covered in insects. They all talk to me. I turn to Chen, but I can't find her. When did she leave? I can't imagine her leaving without me. She was so scared. Did something take her? Shit. I need to find Acolyte. Advance, there is no danger. Brave, foolish. Need to get out of here. The nightmare continues. I wake up. I'm gonna crush those damn things. That seems like a bug. Wait, it just took my items? Aw, man. I don't know if that's a bug or if clicking on things causes it to happen. We're just gonna advance. Hopefully I didn't brick myself on accident. And I failed anyway. Not the coolest cabeads. We're getting rain worlded. The voices, the insects, the overwhelming sensation. This will never end. I can't go on. I need to get out of here. Uh-oh. Survey says 28% is 100% of the time. I got 8. Moving? I think. No, what is that? 8 time units? Oh, we did make it to Monday. It's the next day. Insects follow me everywhere I run. I start screaming, but it doesn't help. My voice's weird echo surrounds me, always shifting, mixed with the bug's murmurs. Stuck in a loop within a loop. I cross the same tree dozens of times, escape the same talking spiders. It's never gonna end, isn't it? I'm not sure why, but the forest finally spits me out. Fixing the tree lines is a wonder in itself. The moon seems to fly all the way to the horizon. The sun rises just as fast. I drop to my knees and let out a cry. I'm so tired. I can't move. I sleep. Well, that was terrifying. I fought off the illusions. Small faces made from coffee bubbles screaming at me from within my cup, begging for help. The gigantic spider webs in each and every corner of the bar. I throw my toothy sponge on the floor as the crumbs I brush from our table transform into a mob of microscopic white rabbits, desperately trying to escape from me. I finally get a hold of myself, but Simone gives me several worried looks. Great! Sanity damage! Love that! As much as I enjoy Simone's food, I'm getting tired of eating the same thing for breakfast every day. So when I asked for fried octopus and some rice, tempura is a trendy Japanese meal in Neoproxima, Simone couldn't believe it. Japan was one of the lucky countries to receive a celestial gift in '62, allowing them to work jointly with the USA to lead the space race. Their uses of the Colossus tech are among the weirdest. Giant robots crewed by a human pilot called Mecha are common in their colonies on Neoproxima. Let's go, Japan! They have got their priorities straight. Alien tech? Obviously, we build Gundams. Duh. What are y'all doing? Going into space? Pfft, we got mechs? Okay. I love this. The mollusk probably came from Earth. I feel a hint of discomfort eating it in front of Paul, but, well, it's delicious. The servings are generous, as always. Robotech, Jaguar type. The small octopus seems to give me an angry look. Sorry, little guy. Just turn around. I'm still savoring Simone's seasoning. Her unique take on a soy marinade mixed with herbs from Providence, as Duncan scribbles away in his notebook. You know those notes won't last, right? Doesn't matter. He continues to write. Wait, no, is he drawing? Oh, sticking to your schedule, Picasso. What are you drawing? Duncan's always been good with the pencil, mostly doing tech sketches of military engines, though, posting them on War Thunder. He got real about drawing just a few months ago, to my surprise. None of your business. Finish your damn fish so we can start moving. Duncan is sitting 2 chairs away, his plate of silverware set in front of him, even cleaner than before Simone served us. Always the army man. Paul's aquarium blocks my view of his notepad. I chomp another bite of rice, the barely cooked fish. enjoying their saltiness before standing up to get a look. That's Chen, right? Never given me that kind of look before. Relief and sadness aren't usual for Duncan. I was afraid. Afraid it wouldn't look like her. He hands me his notebook. He wrote a list next to Chen's portrait. 1st of June, 1975. Went fishing on the lake together. Bottle of wine. 24th of May, 1975. Cooked our favorite meal? Lasagna? 15th of May, 1975. Argument. Don't remember why. The further away, the more mistakes. Dates are off. Some events are completely wrong. It probably shows on my face. Hey, it's hard to reach Loop. I'm trying to hold to all my memories, but... He stops there. I'm not sure what to tell him. Each loop, I feel like I'm forgetting one of them, only for my memories to come back to me in the next. Like my brain is adapting to the new reality. No, not like. I think my brain is physically rewiring itself, like our bedrooms upstairs, where all trace of Chen disappeared. Or in our truck, where her peace and love necklaces dangling from the rearview mirror and her Beatles albums vanish each morning. We'll make giant robots the size of alien invaders so we can wrestle them! Reverse Pacific Room. Beatles. They stopped playing in '73 after our last live tour here on Neoproxima. Kairos was too small at the time and too far, but we were lucky enough to see them in newer New York. We've got York. We've got New York. Now get ready for newer New York. The next one's going to be New New York. Some say that their unique music was inspired by the melodies and tune of the Colossus interfaces. Each morning, my brain switches back, but Duncan? He's fighting the universe. I hand him back his notepad. You know, my memory of her comes back each time I see her. Yours will too. He gives me a grateful nod. I start talking about how those two met in another bar in London. He had a good laugh, remembering Chen puking on his boots. His memory is holding on. For now. The fact that there's, like, clear evidence of progression in the time loop is harrowing. It kind of puts a bit of time pressure on things. So he's gonna crash again, I bet. So I'm gonna take Quantum Compass. I'm gonna take a rope. I'm going to return my computer stuff. Just in case the game wants to throw me a curveball. I'm gonna get the torch. I'm gonna get a sandwich. I'm gonna get a big game rifle. I'm gonna eat the sandwich. I'm gonna hope I don't need the air filters. Okay, strong arm. I'm waiting for Russia to have a major space alcohol in this. Alright. Let him know about his issues. See you later. Leave. Wait 2 hours, wait 2 hours. Kill 1 hour. Okay, he's gonna fly off. Loops around, and I think he comes down here. Off to the left. Oh, I hope I can find his crash site. I don't want to... Where is he? No, 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 no. I'm gonna die. Dang it. Have a nice walk in the woods. Okay, dude. Let's eat. We exchange a few words about Duncan while eating before talking about our plan for the day. The food boosting both our morale and our stamina. Okay. Okay, we're gonna need the torch. We need the quantum compass. Wait, a liquid is a characteristic calming one's mind in stressful situations. No, I need my electronics though, is the problem. I need one more item. Dang it, game. Give me one more store credit, dang it! We'll just have to roll with this. I'll inform strong arm. See if I can get a better view of the direction he goes. Okay, we leave. Wait 2 hours, wait 2 hours. Go down here for a sec. Let's see if he turns. He does turn down. Okay, so I need to go down this forest. Noted. Alright, let's head to the harbor. Get our +5 food broth. Should be close to nighttime. Enter. To the harbor. Get something to eat. Eat the broth. Leave. Leave. Wait 2 hours. Wait 2 hours. It's now nighttime. Perfect. Okay, let's try this again. Chen and I are terrified to enter these woods again, yet we need to know what lies there. Hope our previous attempts help us somehow. Okay. Okay. Keep advancing, keep advancing. Ah! I should have gotten a pastis. Damn it. Chen prepared before entering the thicket, but experiencing it firsthand is a completely different thing. Fuck. Damn. Chen panics and crawls into a ball next to a tree infested with spiders and other bugs. Luckily, the tree disappears as soon as she closes her eyes and starts crying. I don't have time to help her. I'm surrounded by more and more rampant creatures. I get a glimpse of a gigantic scorpion. More and more bugs are crawling from every tree and rock of this damn place. I can't stand it anymore. Let's crush those things. I grab my knife. Come on! Mortal Kombat! Success! My knife in hand, I let out a shout and charged the nearest tree where a massive spider-like creature was threatening my existence. My knife bites deep into the wood, but I missed the spider. Wood? The surface of the tree in front of me still seems to move and shift, but there's no mistaking it. It's wood, not a living swarm of bugs. I had the same experience with the dirt under my feet, with the same result. As soon as I retract from the tree, my mind in the night starts playing tricks on me again. This ain't real. This is a trick. Terrifying trick, but a trick nonetheless. We push deeper into the woods, and all of a sudden, we reach the clearing. Hydrate! Very well done. Loopsy! Hello! Also, thank you for the hydrate pack. Loopsy's the person that did the awesome new emote, which is on BTTV. If you don't have a sub. I hope you're having a good evening, Loopsy and Pang. Thanks for stopping on by, y'all. Loopsy does good art. You should give them a gander. I love it. And then because I'm pretty strapped for static emotes, I had to use the Twitch's easy animate because it has the rain, and I think that with the rain is an amazing combo. I have to try this game. Oh, this game is everything I was hoping it was gonna be. It's very interesting, and I'm down with the retro aesthetic, and I love me some time loop shenanigans. Say hi to me. No. Hi, Vala. I hope you're having a good evening. The voices stop instantly, leaving us alone under the night sky, the 4 little moons above our heads. The reassuring sound of the wind touching the grass soothes me. I feel like I passed some kind of trial, but I'm not sure who judged me or why. The circle of glass is still there, but the monument on top of it is not destroyed anymore. 10 meters high, it's firmly sitting on the top slab. Its interface, a small disc surrounded by faint silver halo, is floating above a well-shaped idol. You see no other option. You start walking towards it. Wait, bug is tree? No, bug is nightmare. The trees were making us lose our sanity. Yep. And then we gotta... Time to see if all this was worth it. We set up our gear as fast as possible, finally accessing the monument's secret. Alright, scan it, scan it. A final warning appears before us. Should we favor the past? Favoring the past? 40% accuracy. Could mean anything. Chen nods. We both know this can't be a coincidence. The information is similar to the one found on the sarcophagus's interface. Trapped in a time loop, this interface is talking about the past? Ah, toxic extreme. Like the sphere within the vault talked about the time? And like in the vault, looks like the Colossus went above and beyond to fend people off. This reminds me of the warnings at the entrance of the tombs back on Earth to scare off looters. Which means we're on the right track. Activate the monument. Chen's eyes leave the analyzer screen to look at me. Last time you did not listen. It did not go that well. That's true. Oh. Maybe we should back off. Maybe there's another way to enter the sarcophagus. Nah! activate the monument. There's no way this could go wrong. How long are we willing to stay trapped in this loop? Forever alive, yet more and more dead each time we wake up at the octopus. What choices do we really have? I press the interface. It produces one last sound before getting still, while the sphere inside the arch rotates slowly in perfect silence. In an instant, a blinding beam of white light erupts from the sphere, piercing the sky with a swooshing noise. It produces an enormous amount of heat. We have to quickly take our distance. It's beautiful. And useful, too. I think we may have found our lock. Well, one of them at least. Jen had switched her attention to the analyzer's screen almost immediately after the beam. This beam is sending energy somewhere. Wherever that may be, the sarcophagus reacted. Paul is gastric confirmed. Reacted? Reacted how? The sarcophagus signal. It got stronger. Are you telling me we opened it? She shrugs. I can't tell from here. Those monuments are definitely part of the equation. Agreeing that there was nothing more we could do from this point, we decided to camp and wait for the next loop. Neither of us had any wish to leave the clearing to face the woods. Still is beautiful. We ran out of range of the beam's extreme heat, carrying our gear with us. Sarcophagus reacted again. She removes her headphones. Past? Present? What's left? Future? I shrug. Guess so. She sits on the analyzer, the gray plastic box, cracking under her weight. I used to wince when she did that, but I learned to let it go. Makes no sense anymore. I still don't get it, Farah. If we're right, and they stored some kind of time-traveling tech in the sarcophagus, might give us access. Not like they're making it easy. Exactly. On one hand, they're clearly trying to deter us from getting there. On the other, if they did not want anyone to get their hands on this tech, why not simply destroy it? Why build a giant vault and leave it there? Legs crossed, chin on her fist, she admires the white beam in front of us. What if they couldn't destroy it? She turns towards me, frowning. What do you mean? I don't know. What, like, nuclear waste? Maybe. I have a hard time imagining a spacefaring species like them having this kind of issue. Enjoy this moment. I opened my eyes to disappointment. Back in the octopus. I'd hoped that activating this monument would mark the end of this crazy cycle, but it didn't. The illusions of last night continue to pursue me as I try to go to our morning routine. Phantomatic spiders appear at the edge of my vision, and ethereal voices calling my name, coming from Simone's radio. I make a futile attempt to explain what I saw to Duncan, but my psychedelic state had already recessed in the clearing. I'm lost for words. Time to make some coffee. We decided to let Ivan explode this morning as we discuss the previous loop's events. I like how I don't even get a choice this time. With the vision's gone, I can eventually have a coherent conversation with Duncan without staring at every dark corner in the room. I start summarizing our prowess between bites of deliciously marinated octopus. From the corner of my eyes, I see Paul staring at me? I wonder if the poor guy understands I'm chowing down on one of his buddies. Oi! Staring at things again. Get a grip! I snap out of the aquarium contemplation. Not sure how long I stayed like that, but it seems like the effects of the strange woods are not fully gone. Ow. If it was chemical-based, I should... Error! Duncan's hand bangs on the table, and I finish my story, trying hard not to look at anything but him. So, a beam of light, that's it? I nod. Yeah, well, a really hot and impressive beam of light, but yes. Pointed at the sky. Pointed at the sky. He looks grumpy. So, was it targeting anything? Did you guys see an explosion? Nope, but it went pretty far. The speed of light, so its range could be pretty huge. Well, we should check the sarcophagus doors to see if it's changed something. I agree. The monument's cryptic message reminded me of the sarcophagus's interface. Ivan's truck blows outside. And the whole building shakes as we finish our meal. On a higher note than usual. And yet, none of us dare say, no, think that we are out of the woods. Truth is, there's a really possibility the sarcophagus contains nothing to help us. Okay, so we'll talk to Strongarm. So they get to the next phase of their ship crashing. Okay, yada yada. Back to our table. Trade with Simone. I want a sandwich. And I want a quantum compass. Eat our sandwich. Okay. Let's go check the sarcophagus. And then we're going to go back and see if we can get to where Strongarm's crash. Next crash is going to be. Farah, the interface on the monument. Yeah, I saw that too. The interface of the monument encountered looks precisely the same as this one. Enhance. The analyzer's hard drive starts spinning, and its screen's tubes power on with their distinctive sound. Scan results. Cast was favored. Enabled. Aye. The little walk into fairyland was not useless then. Scan results. Future is still possible. Present is still real. If these translations are not 100% accurate. What if it's not past was favored? If it's past is forgotten? That had us, we saw like a lot of bugs while going towards it, which is our character, which is a fear of our characters. So what if a test is like you have to face your fear? Or a past fear and overcome it? What could alternate translations for the others be? Present is still real. Future is still possible. Interesting. All right. We need him to fly. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna trade our computer. Oh, that consumed our computer. Fuck. All right. Well, hopefully I don't need anything else to find the crash site. Otherwise, it's gonna be awkward. I think it's down here. Use the quantum compass. I ain't seeing shit. This is what I get for not just going with him and crashing. I guess it is. Alright, well, we'll just burn a loop to find out specifically where he's crashing. Wait, this is blue instead of red. Or with Lousteau again. Why does this all feel so familiar? Shake the feeling and order Xavier to give this a go. Will I reach the bridge? Messieurs, mesdames, your attention please. Okay, so this is the same. Okay. Launching the Calypso, go down to the underwater facility. Something going to the Arnotep. Full shape. Okay, this time, last time we went, we could try again. Later, we're gonna do It's Nothing. See what happens. It could have been nothing. Or could be something we have never met. Capable of crushing the Arnotep in an instant. It's nothing. Continue. The entire bridge stands still, waiting for my orders. I walk back to my console. Nothing but the big fish on a tip. You are clear to go. Following the procedure, 2 men exit the pressurized submarine, while one stays, ready to go and help his crewmate in case of emergency. The men's task is simple. Access the monument's interface and launch the activation procedure. Sir, it's circling around them. Take a look at the sonar. Xavier is right. 2 new shapes appear on the screen. 2 more. Henry, Gaz, do you have a visual? The CRT screens in the bridge show a dark image coming from the submarine's cameras. The 2 divers in the monument are still visible, lit by the Arnotep's powerful projectors, but the rest is pure darkness. Wait. I saw something, but it's fast. Damn it. It's nothing. Continue. There is no danger. Yet, there's no mistaking this pattern. They circle like predators around their prey. Oh, it's not worth the risks. This is getting too risky. Henry, signal them to come back and get out of here. A wind of panic blows on the bridge. Inevitable when you give this kind of order. But my personnel executes their tasks flawlessly. A few minutes later, the Arnotep starts ascending. And looking at the faces, smiles on the faces around me, you could think that today was a success. But it won't be long before those army goons and government fools demand progress, or they'll cut my funding. Hypocrites, all of them. Every morning, a working class of Kairos pushes the octopus doors to get a hot coffee or something to eat before heading to work. Witnessing the same behaviors every time is kind of fascinating. The Irish sailor who spills his coffee on his pants without even noticing. Simone serving the wrong order to a couple of British hunters. Every morning, Carmine losing at the pinball machine, putting nails into our brains. An Italian-American space engineer who always starts his day with 1 full hour of pinball at Simone's. We agree that he won't suffer too much if he doesn't get his daily pinball fix, and decide to cut the machine cable in future loops. Carmine swears one last time. Considering his skills, he probably accounts for half of Simone's revenues, and walks towards the toilets. An opening. Is it worth trying today? Cut the cable. I don't want to hear your banging pinball. Wow, I am taking L's on these skill checks. I seize the opportunity and crawl behind the machine. Things go wrong when the knife cuts through the cable, creating an electronic arc that shuts down the octopus's power. Bar is still in total darkness when Ivan's card explodes outside, ramping up the panic. Quickly, everyone around us starts screaming. Situation settles eventually, Simone restoring power. Nobody could identify us. Well, we lost time, and our heads hurt even more than before. Oof. Wait. Ivan already exploded. Why is it saying we can save Ivan? Alright, so we're gonna fly with Strong. Gosh dang it, I'm always one click too low. Okay, Strong arm. Alright. Save your ship. Yeah, let's go flying. What's the worst that could happen? Whee! Major Tom to ground control. I'm flying high in the sky of this alien world. Where will we go? What will we see? Aw shit, it's the ground coming up to meet me. I perished. I let out a long sigh as soon as I opened my eyes and see Duncan in front of me. Finally dead. Or alive. Whatever. Last flight started well. We almost thought we had it right this time. Until Strongarm decided to fool around. Learned my lesson and kept my composure. After all, the last 2 crashes killed me clean. Jamais deux sans trois. All good things come in 3, right? Strongarm fought hard to survive and almost managed to land in the swamps. Destiny is a bitch. The impact obliterated the plane and sent me flying in a quicksand. From there, it was a slow and painful death from toxic gas. Next time, I'll force him to crash properly. Let's see. Okay, what if I get compass, air filters, return my computer bits, there's the other one, big game rifle, a rope, a sandwich. Eat the sandwich. Alright, Strongarm, let's try this again. See you later. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Wait 2 hours, wait 2 hours. Wait 2 hours. Okay, we need to cross over. Okay. Turn on the quantum compass. Use the gas mask. Like Strongarm aimed to make things impossible for us, crashing his plane smack in the middle of the world's most toxic swamps. Yeah, they call this swamp Truth Social. Deadly place. Multiple insectoids larvae surround the crash site, size of a small elephant. Luckily for us, there's no mature insects in sight. For now. Let's find Strongarm. Finding him was not difficult this time. His parachute is floating on top of the swamp. Must have sunk in almost instantly. Hard to tell if he was conscious or not at that point. Ropes seem to still be connected to his ejection seat, but pulling on them is nearly impossible. That wouldn't help much anyway. Could it be Strongarm's destiny to die on this planet? Our actions already felt less and less meaningful, but his repeated demise is more hurtful than Ivan blowing up each morning. Alright, let's find the black box. Our boots constantly get stuck in the swamp. Getting them out, with this typical sucking noise, takes a lot of energy, and we progress slowly. We spend an hour walking around ankle deep in liquid, watching the sky with fear of seeing a giant mosquito appear. Getting its exact position is more difficult than we thought, but we find it eventually. Seems to have sunken into the swamp. Toxic gas gets in our throats and our eyes, making us cry and cough. We don't have much time to get it out. We know where the block box is. Time to dig. 100%. Let's dig. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. The orange creatures be spewing nonsense, drawing the worst to the swamp, creating a sustainable ecosystem that feeds into itself. Perpetuates the toxic miasma. Using all the strength we can muster, we painfully pull the heavy box out of its vase tomb. We rush to the truck and its relative safety. We'd be ashamed to get eaten now, before analyzing the logs. Seems like Strong Arm got almost everything right this time, but when he passed the speed of 120 knots, the plane suddenly stopped accelerating and started to lose speed. Let's get out of here. I see. Game, why do you do this? That's mean. I wanted to explore some more. I stand up, throwing my chair to the floor even before opening my eyes, trying to catch as much air as I can. My lungs still burn, corrupted by the swamp's toxic air. At least my brain tells me they do. I cough for several long minutes. Chen quickly understands what happened and gives me a sympathetic look. Suffocating in Neoproxima's toxic swamps is a bad way to go. I'll grab some air filters next time. Alright. Jen's morning ritual is getting pretty efficient. Puking in the bar's toilets, cleaning up in the sink, and drinking an espresso before touching her breakfast. 2 soft-boiled eggs and some bread. My own routine also involves a trip to the loo, albeit a less disgusting one. But I'm mostly focused on getting food, convincing Simone to cook me lunch or even dinner at 7 AM without throwing me out of the octopus as a challenge. Did not work well this time. She refused to serve her ceci puree, arguing that there is no sense in making mashed potatoes this early. Still managed to get a grilled Tuskerling sausage, but still dreaming about my potatoes when Chen gets back from her toilets and cracks her first egg. Tuskerling, a large boar-like creatures with fur more akin to sheep. Its meat has a strong nutty smell and almost enough fat to be cooked like earth pigs. Their appearance, close to Earth's boars and pigs, is symptomatic of one of Neoproxima's biggest controversies. It's not the only species to show a resemblance and a disturbing similarity to ones found on Earth. Something off with them, you know? She's dipping her bread in one egg. I pause, my sausage-bearing fork halfway to my mouth. Who are you talking about? The Colossus. All those beautiful structures built in harmony with nature, they let them vanish. I get a bite before answering, the crispy sausage's skin cracking under my teeth. You're right about the sarcophagus. It's a giant FTL drive. Who knows what could have happened? Eggs overflow from the egg cup while she's dunking her toast strip, but she's focused elsewhere. No, there's something more, Farah. They left perfectly functional space elevators, an indestructible sarcophagus, and self-decaying buildings. They chose what would last and what would not. Space elevators. We found more than 50 space elevators scattered across Neoproxima, most of them functional. Built by the Colossus, they are the only way of entering the atmosphere without crashing. More importantly, to leave the surface. That's why their control is at the heart of most territory disputes. On this planet, breathable air, edible carbon-based food. It's too many coincidences, even for me. You have a theory? No, not yet. She finally looks at me and gives me a smile before biting on her soaked bread. I get up and walk to the bar to order another round of coffee as Chen finishes her eggs. The whole science community has been wondering who the Colossus were and why and how they left the planet. As far as we know, they were not from here. No big urban centers, no traces of large agricultural systems. The biggest mystery is their appearance. Without any bodies to work with, scientists, artists, and writers alike have been speculating on how they looked. The presence of common furniture like chairs, tables, or desks has fueled a lot of theories. Reminds me of something I discussed with Duncan. He had heard from some Navy friends that the French got their hands on groundbreaking data about the Colossus. I tell Chen as I come back to our table. Wait, who told you that? Duncan, a few loops ago. Is he working for the French? Maybe he could let us in their secured labs in Nouveau Continent's basement. I pause. While Duncan suffers from memory loss, he always remembers his wife. But it's not the case for Chen. Her tall, stubborn, Scottish husband, Duncan. It's her turn to pause. Sadly, I'm getting used to this tragicomic exchange. Oh, yes. Sorry, it's still early. She's right. I haven't passed Duncan's messages yet. I usually do that while eating. I give her news about him and pass along his messages while we finish our coffee. She nods and contains a few tears before we move out. The exercise is getting harder each time. Alright, let's talk to Strongarm. Give him the information. This is getting tedious. And I struggle to find a plausible way to give him the top speed limit on top of the other information. In the end, Lustau is still my best bet. I also figured out the max speed, 120 knots, not one more. He notes my remarks down with a pencil in one of his blueprint's corners, before giving me a weird look. Never took you for a tattletale. Thought I did something to piss you off? My reputation is a small and temporary price to pay. We give him the data. Now it's time to check if his theories are valid.